Don't tell the federal government. Get a profession. Don't just be an ordinary graduate.
Yes.
Get tenacity, determination, and a bit of luck.
Hello, Africa. I'm MrJegz, and you're welcome to Legacy Project by MrJegz Africa. I'm on a personal journey to demystify success and to make it replicable in Africa. On this journey, I'll be interviewing, maybe interrogating, some high net worth individuals and Africa's brightest business minds with the aim of learning real and applicable lessons for sustainable business success. Never mind, I'll be taking notes. Don't get distracted. Our guest has a lot to offer. So don't get distracted. Focus on him. And when you get the chance, watch this video over and over and over again till these lessons become part and parcel of your business. So my very first guest needs very little introduction in major parts of Western Africa. He is a businessman, author par excellence, social reformer, a pastor, and a philanthropist. He sits as the chairman of many boards, NGOs, and businesses. He is popularly known as the managing partner of SIAO Partners and is the pastor in charge of TrinityHouse. Please welcome Pastor Ituah Ighodalo.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. It's a privilege, sir. Thank you for coming. I'm very eager to pick your brain on many things. You are a man who wears many hats, and I would like to start with something light, What's your favorite African country, apart from your country of residence, and why?
Let me be honest with you. I've not been to many African countries.
Okay.
But I enjoy South Africa.
Okay.
Especially when you go on the safaris and the parks and things like that.
Yeah.
Ghana gives you a sense of peace and calmness, and you feel in Ghana that I've been here before, and I can do what I want here. Ghana seems to receive you, and it's peaceful, it's quiet, and it's nice. So I enjoy Ghana. I enjoy South Africa also. I've never been to Kenya before.
Wow.
I've been through Ethiopia. Been through Togo, been to Ivory Coast, but I think I prefer Ghana. Don't tell them.
I won't. It's a secret
It's
between
a secret
us.
between us.
Yes,
Yeah.
I know. Yeah. So, compared to Nigeria, where you reside, I don't like comparing, but you said Ghana gives you a sense of peace. When you get back to Nigeria, what sense do you get?
Especially Lagos. Lagos has this very, very combustible atmosphere.
Yes.
You can feel the tension.
Yes. Personally, right, it's still, I'm still growing in business, so I need to put in a lot of hours, right? Finding that balance is not the easiest. So how do you get to balance this with your schedule? You are on the board, you are the chairman of the board, or on the board of many organizations, successful ones, and it's demanding. So how do you balance that? And what did you set in place? If you can give examples, what did you set in place to ensure that you are there for the children, there for people who you have to be there for at the right time?
Well, it's very, it takes a lot out of you.
It does.
Because you have to be on top all the time. But then I do things with people. I don't do things alone. I have a lot of people that I work with.
Okay.
And I'm not afraid to delegate. And I'm not afraid to have people make mistakes.
Okay.
I don't micromanage. I allow people to take their decisions. And I try to decipher what I need to do. With most people, I say to them, what do you want me to do? And when they say, this is what we want you to do, I focus on doing it. And I do it. So a lot of the time, most of the boards I'm on top of, or I'm in charge of, there's usually 2 or 3 key people that drive those companies.
Okay.
So they come to me for headline, and I say, go and do what we've said, and then they report back, and I know they've done it. I know them very well. I know most of these companies very well. I can anticipate them. I almost live inside the companies. I feel them. I know what they're doing almost all the time. So it's just for people to give me feedback and to be sure that they're doing what they're doing. So I try to organize. I'm not totally very successful. Sometimes I drop the ball. Sometimes I'm late for a few things. But you'll ask my PA, most of the time we get there just in time. Just in time. Just in time to do what we need to do. So I've learned to take it easy. I've learned to relax. I've learned to allow God to take control. I've learned not to put myself under unnecessary pressure. I've learned to do what I can and leave the rest. I've learned to know that there's always another day.
Okay.
There's always another time.
Okay.
I've learned to know that God sees the full picture of everything. So I do my best each hour. And I put in all I can into what I have to do. And if there's a slip up somewhere, I accept the responsibility. And I try to do better next time.
Okay, sir. Thank you. Thank you very much for this. I think I've gleaned a lesson. Take it a day at a time. Plan and take it a day at a time. Work with people. Don't micromanage. So get the best hands to do what you intend to do. I think that's very, very powerful. So we'll go right into some of the business questions that I have. Sir, did you always have it good? Did you always have it good? Did you grow up with a silver spoon, privileged parents? I'd like you to take us through, that journey.
Well, parentially, I like to say I had the best that a parental environment can offer.
Okay.
Both my parents were civil servants.
Okay.
Okay, both were highly educated and very exposed. And my father in particular was a die-in-the-wood monogamist.
Okay.
I cannot even say categorically that he had an affair.
Wow.
It never happened in our house.
Okay.
Okay, and my mother, she shot straight arrow and so on and so forth. So in terms of a family unit,
yes,
we were very, very balanced. And so that stability helped me. There was no third parties in our family. Okay. And there was no disorganization. Then there were only 3 children. My sister, my brother, and myself.
Okay.
Everybody else was some cousin or some uncle or somebody that passed through the house. Yes. And we knew our relatives. So that stability was very, very strong, very powerful. And that's what I'm trying to give my children at this time. I'm not going to say my parents didn't disagree, yes, or sometimes quarrel, but nothing major, nothing critical, nothing life-threatening. 1 or 2 shouting matches here and there from time to time. But we understood each other and we're friends.
Okay.
And my parents gave us this balance of discipline and self-confidence. So, for example, you had to do the right thing at the right time. You had to wake up and say your prayers. You had to make your bed. You had your own house chore that you did, even if you had house helps.
I'm sure the discipline shaped most of your even business decisions.
Absolutely.
Okay.
But at the same time, the same parents threw the key of the car at me at age 14 and told me to start to drive. So I started driving between 14 and 15.
In Nigeria, in the US?
In Nigeria.
In Nigeria.
Yeah, I was in Nigeria. I started driving. I did my driving test at 16 and got my license. But I was driving before I did the test. Don't tell the federal government. They know. I will know that you are the one.
It's between us.
No, they said start learning to drive.
Wow.
So I started taking decisions for myself.
So it helped you even in risk taking?
It helped me in risk taking, helped me in planning, made me know that I was in charge of my destiny. From age 10, nobody gave me instructions. Wow. People consulted me. So, for example, what secondary school would you like to go to? That was my decision. Nobody told me what secondary school to go to. They just said I should decide which one I wanted.
What did they see in you? What did they see in you that made them trust your judgment?
Well, that's just the way my parents brought all of us up.
Okay.
You know, my mother used to say when a child is old enough to be given a sword, you give him a sword.
Yes.
When he's old enough to be given a hoe, you give him a hoe. She used to say it in Yoruba.
Okay.
Meaning that give children responsibility at the appropriate age. So from age 10, more or less, it was conversation,
Wow.
not instruction.
Wow.
What would you like to do? Which secondary school do you want to go to?
I see why you were friends.
We were friends. My parents and I were friends. My mother was a bit stricter than my dad. My dad was easygoing, very easygoing. But she was still our friend. She would come and sit down and we'd discuss almost everything.
Wow. Thank you very much. I think I took a lot from that. I know how to, interact with my children better. So, sir, to your business, why did you start business? How did it come about?
The truth of the matter is that even from an early age, I always wanted to do business. That was the truth. So when I was about 15 or 16, then the question of career conversation with my father came, and he asked me, what would you like to become? And I said, I'd like to be a business person. I want to make money. Both of you have done well, but you haven't made much money.
I hope they did that well.
They took it well. They did well in that they gave us good education.
Yes.
They gave us a good, warm house, but there were no extras.
Oh, I see.
No extras at all. And you had to fend for yourself.
And you wanted more.
Well, I mean, you see your mates going for summer holiday. You like to go. You see your mates being bought a big, nice car, a nice rally bicycle and things, extras here and there. And my parents would say, no, we can't afford that. No, we can't afford that. No. What I owe you is education. What I owe you is a meal. You see your friends wearing all sorts of fancy, latest in town clothes. And you just have to go to the tailor in Dubai to sort yourself out. So it was clear that we're not a rich family.
Yes.
But we have everything that you need to survive in life. So I said, I want to make money. My father said, that's okay, no problem, but get a profession. Don't just be an ordinary graduate.
Yes.
Get a profession. And I said, which one? He says, be a chartered accountant if you want to make money. I think that's one of the best pieces of advice that I ever got. So I decided that for his sake, I would try and be a chartered accountant. Okay. I considered law, but somebody told me that lawyers, you can't trust them. They tell a lot of lies and this and that. And I didn't want to be in that sort of category of people who swung here and there. That's really why I didn't study law. So I then decided to do a combined honors in economics and accounting. And after that, I went to study ACA, Institute of Chartered Accountants of Nigeria. I qualified in 1986, but I started business in 1985. I started business because I had a bit of a problem in the company where I was, Price Waterhouse. And I had to leave the company.
Can you share?
Yeah, nothing major. I mean, I just didn't get on too well with one or two of my bosses. I made a mistake, and they were making a song and dance about it and all that. So I had to leave. So I left and eventually started business. First of all, as a consultant, and then managing business for other people. So one of the first businesses I managed was, we called it APV, audio, photography, and video. So there was an old friend of mine whose brother was a photographer, and he had bought equipment for him to do video, and then thought his brother was more of an artist and not a real businessman, and asked me to please come and manage his brother's business. So that's how I got exposed to photography and video. And I ran that for about 2 years, and we did reasonably well, covering weddings, covering this, covering that, blah, blah, blah. Then a friend of mine, also an old schoolmate, then said to me, instead of managing somebody's business, why don't you and I go into a partnership together and form this business? So we went to a partnership and started a business called VideoServe.
VideoServe.
VideoServe. And VideoServe also did video film production and had a video library. I don't know if you know that there was a time in Nigeria when people used to go to video libraries to borrow videos to watch for the weekend. So we were one of those libraries in those days in Sule.